why LeBron chose Philadelphia, and why it could either win him the ring number 5 or end the GOAT debate. And on the panel was Ric Bucher and, of course, Brendan Haywood. So they were talking about this, but then it got to the point where Ric Bucher was talking about it. And Ric Bucher essentially said that this thing should have never been a debate, that it's childish to even have this conversation, because he's essentially saying that Jordan is so much more of a superior player that this is not even worth discussing.
Today, we're diving into a debate that never seems to disappear no matter how many years go by. Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Every few months, someone new steps into the conversation, makes a strong statement, and suddenly the sports world is arguing all over again. This time, it was longtime NBA analyst Ric Bucher who made headlines by saying something that immediately caught everyone's attention. According to him, the GOAT debate shouldn't even be a debate anymore. In his view, comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron James across different eras doesn't make much sense, and he believes Jordan's legacy stands on a level of its own.
I do think the needle can move, not to the point where you're going to pass Jordan. That argument never should have been made. Should have died a long time ago.
No. We can't say it should have never been made.
It should have never been made. For this reason, we're talking about two different eras of basketball.
But we do this all the time.
That doesn't make it right.
Don't make it wrong.
No, it does. It makes it wrong. It makes it wrong, because we can have more intelligent conversations than that. Because it always devolves into Michael, LeBron.
Now, whether you agree or disagree, there's no denying that comments like these always spark passionate reactions from basketball fans. So today, let's break down what was said, why it's generating so much discussion, and whether there is actually any truth behind the argument. One of the biggest points Ric Bucher made was that basketball fans constantly compare players who played under completely different circumstances. The NBA has changed dramatically over the last 4 decades. Rules are different. Defensive strategies are different. The pace is faster. Three-point shooting has become the centerpiece of modern offenses. Sports science, travel, training, and analytics have all evolved.
Okay, well, why aren't we talking about Kareem? Why isn't Kareem in that conversation?
I have him number 3. I have Michael, Kareem, and LeBron. Those are my big 3. But I have Michael and LeBron. But I will say this, to get to the bigger issue on that, I've always agreed with you that the best basketball conversations are to compare people in their eras.
Yes.
Because the game was the same, the rules were the same, the travel was the same, everything was the same.
Yeah.
So you can't, this guy couldn't shoot threes like this guy. Well, in this era, you got role players that take 6 threes a game. Whereas you go back and look in the 80s, Larry Bird was only taking 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
you imagine, do you just imagine if Larry Bird was playing the 3-point era?
Bird, exactly. So
he would be burying them from midcourt on a regular basis. People have no idea.
Because of that, Bucher argued that comparing Jordan directly to LeBron is almost impossible. Instead, he believes players should primarily be judged against the stars of their own generation. That's an interesting perspective because it's something many basketball historians have said for years. Every era presents unique challenges. The game Jordan dominated in the 1990s isn't identical to the one LeBron has dominated for nearly 2 decades. At the same time, fans love comparing legends. It's part of what makes sports fun. Every generation wants to know whether today's superstar could defeat yesterday's icon. Those conversations aren't going away anytime soon. However, Ric Bucher didn't stop there.
3 MVPs in a row. But that's my point. So you are on to something that we should be comparing LeBron to Steph, LeBron to KD. There really shouldn't be a LeBron Jordan comparison. But because
it's low hanging fruit. It's just people have made careers off of it. It's just honestly,
it's what fan base. But it's dumb. But they do it in every sport. Like they're going to compare Tom Brady to
not like this. Not like
Tom Brady to Joe Montana. Yeah, they're gonna compare Pat Mahomes to Joe Montana. That's a different era. They were able to take the quarterback's head off. Now you can't hit him low, high, anywhere. Like it's different.
He also suggested that Michael Jordan's resume speaks for itself. 6 NBA championships, 6 finals MVP awards, 5 regular season MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award, 10 scoring titles, 9 all-defensive first-team selections. Those accomplishments remain some of the most impressive in basketball history. Jordan wasn't just one of the greatest defensive players ever. He was also one of the league's elite defenders during his prime. That's a combination very few superstars have managed to maintain over an extended period. Supporters of Jordan often point to that complete two-way dominance as one of the biggest reasons they place him at the top of the all-time rankings. On the other side of the conversation is LeBron James.
The comparison from eras probably shouldn't happen, but because they do, and because we know this means something to LeBron, he said it himself. That's what I'm going to bring it all back to. LeBron has says this matters to him.
Right.
So if winning that 6th championship and being on the same level of Jordan really mattered, I think the championship would have been more impactful in Miami. Miami needs him down the stretch. I don't even know if Philly's going to give him the ball down the stretch.
He's got to win 2 more to get to 6.
He ain't winning 2 more.
I know, exactly. But I'm glad you brought that up, because this is the distinction that I have the biggest problem with.
LeBron's career has been remarkable for completely different reasons. His longevity is almost unmatched. He's remained productive well into his 40s while continuing to rank among the NBA's most impactful players. His all-around skill set has allowed him to score, rebound, facilitate, and adapt to multiple styles of basketball throughout his career. Very few athletes in any sport have maintained elite production for as long as LeBron has. That's why many fans believe longevity should matter when discussing greatness. Should someone receive extra credit for remaining dominant over 2 decades? Or should the conversation focus more heavily on peak performance? That's where opinions begin to separate. Another point raised during the discussion was how difficult cross-era comparisons really are. Imagine dropping Michael Jordan into today's NBA. Would he become a more efficient three-point shooter?
That LeBron is measuring. Bro, just go out and be the best you can be. Michael Jordan wasn't looking at Bill Russell or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kobe Bryant wasn't even looking at Michael Jordan for as much as he did. Hold on. He wanted to be better than Michael. Kobe was counting rings.
Excellent. So you heard what Ric Bucher had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I've been saying this for years, literally. I've been saying this for years. It's not a real debate. I keep trying to tell you guys this. People think I'm being, you're trying to. No, it's not.
Would modern spacing create even more opportunities for him to attack the basket? Many analysts believe the answer is yes. Likewise, imagine LeBron playing during the 1990s. Could his size, athleticism, and passing dominate in an era where physical defense was emphasized? Nobody truly knows. These are hypothetical scenarios with no definitive answers. That's exactly why these debates continue year after year. One interesting topic that surfaced during the discussion involved Larry Bird. Today's NBA encourages players to shoot from long distance more frequently than ever before. During Bird's career, even elite shooters attempted far fewer three-pointers than modern stars. Some analysts believe Bird would average significantly more three-point attempts if he played today. Others believe Jordan would benefit from today's offensive spacing. These examples show how dangerous it can be to compare statistics without considering context.
MJ is so much more of a superior two-way player than LeBron, it's even laughable. Put this into your mind for a second. Not only did MJ make 9 all-first defensive teams, he won a Defensive Player of the Year award and led the league in steals 3 times, and 1 year averaged over 3 steals per game. I don't even think there's been a year LeBron has averaged 2 steals per game. Offensively, there's absolutely nothing to discuss. And to make it even worse, for LeBron to only have 6 all-defensive selections in 24 seasons is disgusting.
Numbers rarely tell the entire story. The NBA evolves constantly. Every generation creates new challenges while eliminating others. Another important point is that greatness isn't always measured the same way by every fan. Some prioritize championships. Others value longevity. Some focus on individual awards. Others emphasize impact on winning. There isn't one universal formula. For example, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar often enters these conversations because of his incredible resume. 6 championships. 6 MVP awards. The NBA's all-time leading scorer for decades before LeBron eventually surpassed him. Many basketball historians believe Kareem deserves far more recognition whenever people discuss the greatest player ever. That alone demonstrates how subjective these rankings can become. One fan might rank Jordan first. Another places LeBron first. Someone else chooses Kareem. Others may even argue for Bill Russell because of his 11 championships. Reasonable basketball fans can disagree while still respecting each other's viewpoints. What makes these conversations productive is focusing on evidence rather than emotion. Instead of attacking people personally, it's much more interesting to compare accomplishments, playing styles, leadership, and historical impact. That's where basketball discussions become enjoyable. There's also another factor that often gets overlooked. The media plays a major role in keeping these debates alive. Jordan versus LeBron generates enormous attention. Television ratings increase. Social media engagement explodes. Videos receive millions of views. Sports talk shows know this topic will always create conversation. As long as basketball fans remain passionate, networks and creators will continue revisiting the GOAT discussion. It's simply one of the biggest conversations in sports. Now here's my perspective. Michael Jordan established one of the highest peaks professional basketball has ever witnessed. LeBron James, meanwhile, built one of the longest periods of sustained excellence the NBA has ever seen. His ability to evolve throughout different eras deserves tremendous respect. Both careers are historically significant. Whether someone prefers Jordan or LeBron often depends on which qualities they value most. Peak dominance, career longevity, two-way excellence, versatility, leadership, consistency. Each fan answers those questions differently. Ultimately, there may never be a universally accepted answer, and perhaps that's perfectly fine. Sports debates don't always need a final winner. Sometimes the conversation itself is what keeps fans engaged. Ric Bucher comments have certainly reignited one of basketball's oldest arguments. Some viewers completely agree with him. Others believe LeBron's longevity and statistical accomplishments have strengthened his case. Neither side is likely to change its opinion overnight. But one thing is certain. Whenever respected analysts make bold statements about the GOAT debate, basketball fans everywhere are going to respond. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Ric Bucher that the Jordan versus LeBron debate should have ended years ago? Or do you believe LeBron's incredible career keeps the discussion alive? Drop your opinion in the comments below, explain your reasoning, and let's keep the conversation respectful. If you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest NBA discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.